What up, world? Welcome to another episode of RMT, that's Real Man Talk. It's your boy, Stan the Man, coming to you with another great conversation piece on today. And before we get started, I want to thank you for joining me here on RMT. So let's go ahead and get into it today. Today, we want to talk about what do America have against black fathers? What do America have against black fathers? And we already know the stereotypical answer that is being put out there is black men are no good. Black men are not good fathers. Black men are lazy. Black men just don't want to pull their self up out of their bootstraps and do what they need to do to build their community and be the men that they need to be to their community. Am I right? So that's the narrative that goes around not only America, but that's the narrative that goes around the world. That's the image that is portrayed of a black man. That's the image that's portrayed of a black father. That and all the negative stereotypes are pushed on society and on other black men to think that you are nothing. That's exactly what it is. You know, they have an agenda out here that a black man, if you have a child by a woman, is automatically not only what they can consider out of wedlock, but also he's going to walk away from that child. And 9 times out of 10, if he paid child support, he's not going to be in the child's life. So that's one of the narratives that is pushed. That's one of the things that people are taught about black men growing up. So one of the things that started this is back talk about slavery. Slavery, a lot of times the black men were separated from their families. A lot of times the black men was used to breed and make stronger slaves to make sure that the slave master is able to get out their crops. Also, they want to breed individuals that were smart, but also they wanted them to be submissive. And some of the men that wasn't submissive, some of the men that were showed, some of the men that was portrayed a little bit stronger than the other men had more leadership skills. Those are the ones that they got rid of. Those are the ones that they killed. Those are the ones that they tried to beat into submission. But what they won't tell you about slavery is that it was more uprising in slavery than just the ones that they want to show on TV. But why would they portray a black man showing strength and fighting for his life and fighting for his family when that's something that they don't want that to have? They don't want that fire to be stirred up in you because they want you to feel like you're not capable of doing the things you need to do to provide for your family or to help out your community. So if I continue to push the narrative that you was weak in slavery, it was one slave rising, and it was because if we look throughout history, it's always been an uprising in the black community in order to fight. Even in the civil rights movement, even when they fought to end slavery, you know, it was always a fight there that the black man was involved in order to push our community forward. So even back then, when we did have our own communities, what did they come in? Oklahoma, the Black Wall Street, what did they do? Down here, just in Lono. No, all of these situations that come across that when black people are building something that's going to be historic, the America comes in and break it up. They don't want to see black excellence. When there was black banks, black hospitals, black communities, when we had all those things, they slipped MLK in there to come in and diverse things to be able to get into our community in order to get those dollars. Because there was a lot of black men that was doing so well, but because the white community didn't know when they came around, they was like, how are you making all this money? And they're making all that money off their people, and they wanted a part of their money. So since they wanted a part of their money, let's figure out a situation. Let's figure out a strategy to make sure that the black man is not in the household. Let's make sure that the black man is not seen as a leader. Let's make sure that the black man is not seen masculine or able or capable of being a leader for his family. That way, we can move him out the way and we can deal with the woman. How can we do that? First off, everything that they are building that's on their own, let's take it away. Let's make them feel like the white education is better. Let's make them feel like whatever white people have is better. Their food, their cafes, their hospitals. So let me get this right. You rather go inside a white hospital that treats you like trash than go into a black one that might not be just up to date, but you get treated better. But we thinking that the care is better over there when the care is worse. It was worse than what it was in our community. But they wanted to not only push, but they also wanted to break down and be destructive within our community to for this to work for years and years to come. So that's what they did. So as they broke that down, then they came in with the welfare. After they started to break things down in the community, but they saw that the black man was still there with his family. Let's give the women an extra incentive to make sure that they don't fall up under his leadership. We're going to take his jobs away that other black men was creating. We're going to take that away by tearing down all their business, tearing down all their hospital, anything that employs the black man to give him some type of pride, some type of stability for his family. Let's take all that away from him, right? Let's take all of that away from him. Once we take all of that away from him, let's come in with the welfare. Let's come in with the food stamps. Let's come in with the subsidized housing. Let's come in with all that. But you can't have this black man around. Let's come in with the child support. Let's bring in another father figure that's not going. Let's bring in another father figure that's not going to actually discipline your kids. Let's bring in another father figure that just feed them, make sure they got somewhere to stay, but they're going to be in an environment where it's not going to thrive. It's not going to be any leadership. It's always going to be emotional things that'll be happening. It's always going to be manipulation. It's going to be those type of things that'll be happening within the household that create an imbalance of having a man in the house to be able to control the kids or be able to make sure that the kids are going in the right direction, that they're not getting into something that they shouldn't get into. Let's put that in there. But they took them out and empowered the women, said, look, we going to take care of you, just keep him away. You just use him for sex like they did back in slavery. We should use him for breeding to make sure what he's breeding, we can start to work with them. And whatever we put in them, let's put as much negative images in them as we possibly can for them to think like back then, the big movies was just being a pimp, being a player, having a nice ride, being a pimp, pimping females, being a player, having multiple women, having unprotected sex, just things to mess up our community. Then after that, it shifted over to the drugs. We're going to put drugs. We're going to put gang banging. We're going to put all of this within the black community. So this next generation that's been raised on the food stamps, on the subsidized housing, now the job that we're going to give them is selling crack. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have them selling drugs. Not only they going to sell drugs, we're going to keep them in a part of the city that they can tear down. They can tear down this part of the city. They can gang bang in this part of the city, but they cannot pass this part of the city and claim any parts, no territory outside of this. So you can find in certain communities, rival gangs will be a couple of blocks from each other. And they designed it like that. They designed it that those rival gangs would be a couple of blocks, fighting for blocks that they don't own, selling drugs within their community, tearing down their community, pushing the value down of their community, which is fine. But a black man, no, you can't have a store in that community, but let's put a Chinese, let's put an Arabic, let's put a Korean. We'll put all of them inside of your neighborhood. Let them make money off of them. Plus the police gonna protect them. But a black man, you can't. You can't do that. But let them kill. They sending their kids to school and say, listen, it's cool. You ain't got to be black. You ain't got to be cool. Go to school, do what you need to do, get your education, get your job, build your business, or come back and work for this business, make that money, and you'll live a good life off the backs of us. And the black men always get painted in that image. So the attack on the black man is not only just attacked, it's not just attacked on us, but it's an attack on our family, and it's an attack on our community, on our image too. Long as I can see you as negative and less than a person, I don't mind treating you a certain type of way. Or when you are treated a certain type of way, I don't care. Because I think that you are less of a human being anyway. So after the drugs, after the gang banging, after that killed off a lot of our black men that had potential and they had greatness inside of them. Okay, now let's lock them up. So now the not only have crack messed up our neighborhoods, not only if the men and the leaders are gone, now the women, only thing that they have to turn to is the welfare, because a lot of the men, a lot of the young men, and a lot of their children are out here by themselves. So they have to turn to the system. I got to get on welfare. I got to do something to make sure that I provide for my children. So while she out providing, you got TV that is pushing certain rappers, pushing certain images, pushing certain things that they're constantly watching. As soon as they want to go out, that's what I want to be. That's what I want to imitate, what I saw on TV. So when I see the gangster rappers on TV, that's what I want to go out and do. I want the images that the TV gave to us, that it's comfortable, it's cool to kill another black man. It's cool to have confrontation with another black man. It's cool if you have any type of, as long as you feel some type of way about a black man, it is okay. When you look at the images of a black man, they did a study. Make sure that I can get the clip, but they did a study when they had they had a lineup of different men of different races, and they asked which one is the bad one, and immediately they went to the black. Immediately they pointed to the black man, because they made an image of the black man that is harmful, when the truth is this: a lot of black men are in their child's life or in their children's life. A lot of black men are doing what they're supposed to do. See, when a black man is in their child life and doing what they're supposed to do, you know what society paint him as? Lame. When a black man is in their child's life and not trying to do what the norm is, he considered as lame in his community. Then the other people, they see that as a threat. So they'll continue to push he lame because, oh, well, he want to go to school, or he want to start his business. He want to be married to one woman, stay faithful to one woman. He lame then. In the black community, they'll consider that as being lame. Some people just be like, oh, you flat out lame. You want to just be with one woman. You want to get married. You want to have a family. You want to build some wealth for your family. You want to do those different things and leave things for your family. You lame. In the black community, it's like if you don't come from the struggle, then you are not considered to be black. If you didn't get yours out the trenches, you're not considered to be black. If a black man sit back and build something for his family, leave something for his family, his kids would be considered lame because they didn't have to work hard to get it. But if a white man turned around and left a legacy for his family, he's smart. His children are well taken care of. They got trust fund. My daddy did this for me. He looked out for me. But the story is so much better when you have to go through poverty and you just fought and grabbed for every little thing in order to get where you at. It's such a better story for the black community. It's such a better story for people. It's just the movies. Like, if you go to the movies and somebody just came from poverty and they struggling, they just had it so bad and they finally had a breakthrough. That's what they want to paint the image of a black man as. And when you are successful as a black man and you want to do the right thing by your family, you want to do the right thing by your community, then you not only you looked at it as a lame, you looked at it as a threat. That starts saying things like, just look at look at LeVar Ball, for example. Raised up his sons, good father, never heard anything negative about it, didn't hear him cheating, any scandals or nothing about on his wife or nothing like that. But because he wanted to be in his son's life, then it's the worst thing in the world, because the black men want to step up and say, well, my sons are good. I taught my sons. I've been in my son's life. I've been there at practice. I've been doing all these, every choice that he made for his children. He's a bad person. He's a loud mouth. He talks about this, and he do way too much when black men want to be in their child's life. When they want to defend their child, he's considered the angry black man. But when his counterpart and they come in and they want to protect their child and do, he's so smart, he make great decisions. A lot of times he said the things he said because he's so passionate about his child's future, just like we are too. But the narrative is always spent. Look at Kyrie dad. He said something to Stephen A. talking about his son. Then everybody want to say he's so confrontational and this and that. But have you ever heard about Kyrie's story? Ever heard about Kyrie dad raised him and his sister by herself because Kyrie's mom passed away? Have you heard about that? See, they don't push that. See, they make sure that you hear every story about a black or a black player when they don't have a father. When the black father's not there, or LeBron, KD, they make sure that you see those stories when the black man is not there and the black woman, she raised him by herself. She didn't have no help. He got to this. Let me say this. Even with LeBron, especially with LeBron, from the movies, and I'm not saying that I just know, but LeBron had a lot of black men in his father, especially Coach Drew that he stayed with, to help raise him and make sure that he going in the right direction. But see, they don't talk about that. They only push the mother forward. But you got Kyrie's dad. You got LeVar Ball. Even Dion here recently being in his son's life, it's an issue. Carmelo being in his son's life, it's an issue. See, to me, America, when the black man went and got wealth, I'm talking about LeBron, Carmelo, LeVar, his sons, Kyrie, when they went out and built this, and now their children come to the age where, I'm going to just say LeBron and Carmelo, their children are coming to the age where now that they are taking the same road. So now you got a father that has been to the NBA or been to the NFL, have made it to that pinnacle, been successful, being able to sustain all those years till you get to a teenager. Now, he's still rich. He have paved the way for you. Now that people can't come and steal all that money from you. They got the agents in place. They got the banks in place. They got all the things in place that you won't get swindled like they did when they came through. They don't like that. They don't like the fact that you have some black men that have managed their money over the years, and now that their son coming into it, they can teach them how to manage their money and continue to grow. They don't like that. That's why they don't want a black father or a black man to be there to protect. No, man, don't go this way. Go this way. I went that way. That way leads here. But then also they will push the image on Tubia. They got multiple movies that push the image of man just being this player. Black man is a player. Black man just want to sleep around. Black man just want to have all these children. All black men do is cheat. They want to push that when that's not the truth. They want to push that narrative out there, and they want you to think that they won't see. They'll take the rap music, the videos, and the shows and put this image in front of the black woman and say, this what you want. No other race, they'll say, well, they got to be this height, they got to be this, they got to be that. No other race gets on social media or get on any social media platform, period, and says, well, he got to be this, this, and that. They only push that on the black community because they know that image that they are trying to push out there, it's a small percentage of black men. So to keep the community scattered about, let's push this, that this the man that you want, this who you need to mate with, this what you need to do, that I just flock to him, have a lot of kids by him, and the rest of the men that you can build a community with, that you can be with, to make sure that we are a tight-knit community. Don't be with those guys. This is the image that I want to push to you. Like who said that? Who came up with these? Who came up with these? Who came up with these standards that this what you should date? It's always pushes almost programmed to a point where this what you want to look for. Not look for somebody that's responsible, not looking for somebody that's stable, not looking for somebody that's mental health together, not looking for somebody that's trying to grow and do something. No, don't look for that. But what it says, 6 foot tall, gotta be making six figures, gotta take care of me, gotta take me on all these trips. No. You don't hear that push over in other communities except the black communities, because that's, to me, is another agenda to push to make sure that we not building a community and all of the black women are running after this one type of man. That's what they want to push. That's what they put out there. And so it's constantly tearing down not only the image of a black man, but they want, if it's a guy that fit those criterias, they want him to mate with multiple women and just leave just children everywhere. That's it. And see, I'm going to read this quote right here. It's from Malcolm X. He who controls the image controls the perception. So the people that's in control of the black father image, they often push it down the toilet. You know, Tyler Perry is one of the guys that, you know what, Tyler, you have done some great things as an individual. But a lot of times the movies that you put out, the narrative that you put around a black man is bad. And I know you might have been raised a certain type of way, and just because the experience that you have and you put it on camera don't necessarily mean that is the end all be all, because it's not always the truth. You're pushing your own experiences on us that look like every black man is dirty, and that's not the truth. Because why would they put all the image of good black men, heterosexual black men, why would they put that in front of the TV of black men or young black men out here that don't have a father figure? It's easier for me to either push homosexuality out here. It's easy for me to push a negative image out here that your mom will want to watch or other people want to watch, push that on you in order for you not to be emasculate and want to do something out here for your community. Because if I already paint an image in your head that your skin tone is not good enough, you not good enough. If I not already pushed that in you, and I'm pushing it from the TV to the music, from society, whenever you get it from all angles, you'll start to believe that about yourself. When there's no black positive images that they push out here, when they are, but they don't want to have you around there, because anything a black man that's polished, a black man that's looking out, it's going to be a certain amount of discipline you're going to have around him. It's going to be a certain amount of things that you're not going to be able to act a certain type of way around him, because it's going to be boundaries that'll be set. A lot of people don't like to go around black men that are strong because their personality is strong. And then they demand certain things of you. Then certain things got to be a certain type of way around them, and people don't like that. People want to do what they want to do, and they don't want no consequences. When it's a black father around, it's consequences that come behind the things that you do. It's discipline that you got to have. And they don't want you to have that discipline because that will potentially push you to success and be more than what you think that society wants you to be. And they don't want that. That's the difference. That's the difference. And it'll be people that'll tear down, even if your father was to slip, if he was a good man, he might have slipped into drugs, or he might have cheated, or he might have did some things that was contrary to doing the right thing, he might have slipped. And then they take that one slip and bash him across his head for the rest of his life for the one time that he messed up compared to everything good that he done in his life. Everything. So it's something outside of us that we fighting against. The enemy has come to make sure that families are not together. Hate families. Hate black fathers being the leader. He hate that the black community have to come together. He hate that. He don't want it together. The enemy don't want a black man, a black father to be there to make sure that he hold things tight. See, one of the things as black men that we got is on social media, they will stop anything that's black, positive, or men. They'll push it down into your algorithm. They're not going to show you a lot of Now, all the booty shaking that you want to see, all the half nakedness that you want to see, all the fights that you want to see, all the electronics, all the things that you want to buy, they're going to push that. But a black man just having fun with his child, how often you see that if you're not friends with a lot of black men? And even if you are, they don't just push that to the forefront. Yeah, but if you want to, if you go on the internet, you can easily Google a lot of negative black images of black men. Quick. It'll pull up from fights, court cases, gang banging, drugs, anything that's negative, you can find that about black men on the internet like that. But if you go to black images that's positive about black men, some will pop up, but not as quick as the negative things. That's how they got it set up. So in your mind, you cannot continue to feed your mind all the negative things about you. Even in your subconscious, it'll start having you thinking that me being black, is this good enough? Am I doing a good enough job? If me being married, is that lame? Or why? Why in our community that it's considered that? Why is that? There's so many children missing out on relationships because sometimes black women, let me speak to you for a second. Sometimes you just need to let what happened between y'all go in order for this, especially that son, but daughters too. They need to know how a man need to treat a woman. They don't need to see all the arguing and bickering because they gonna think that's their relationship. That's how it's supposed to be. If a young black man is being raised by his mom and he don't know how to treat a woman, and she's saying, well, this and this, because sometimes you're going to have to stand up. You can't always just be nice. You can't always be agreeable in certain situations. You're going to have to stand up as a man and just say, no, let the household be mad at you. And if you don't have a mom that stands up and said no, and this and that always giving in, and you turn into that person, you get a family, yeah, it'd be difficult for you. But sometimes black women, let that black man be in their life. Don't let your bitterness, what happened between y'all, come between him raising his child if he's trying to be there. Don't push those negative images over there. Black men, don't push those negative images over on whoever you have children with. Don't push those negative images in your child's mind to have them thinking this, because they going to start thinking that about their spouse. Because if my parents think negative about each other and they're black people, the next thing I'm thinking when I get with somebody, it's okay to think negative about my spouse that's a black woman or that's a black man, it's okay for me to talk negative about him because I have saw it my whole life. Because once the enemy come in and the enemy gonna constantly attack to separate, once he get that separation, that's when he want to work the most. That's when he want to work the most. And that's what he come in and divide the black community like that. So when we have these online spouts, if it's 50-50, if it's a certain height, if it's a certain people got to be a certain way, they constantly push that narrative to further separate us as a people. If it's light skin, dark skin, constantly separate us as a people. So long as we separated, as long as we're not together, they're going to always come up with a different strategy to make sure that the black family is not together. And that starts with the black father. Make sure the black father, that you don't see the black father as somebody that's going to take care, somebody that's going to provide, somebody that can be the strength of the family. They're going to make sure that he's always looked at in a negative image. They're going to make sure they're going to make sure he's always looked at as not strong enough, not able to provide, not being there, not able to protect. That's the image that they want to paint. But I tell you now, black men, I'm calling you out. Black fathers, I'm calling you out to change the narrative. To change it. We right now can change the narrative. You know, this for the black men right now. I'm gonna tell you this. A lot of us black men take gang banging more seriously than being black. A lot of us take selling drugs more than we take as being black. A lot of us take having titles more serious than we do being black. We take that serious. If somebody disrespect their gang, somebody be ready to that you'll be ready to take somebody's life because they disrespected your gang. They disrespected what you claim. The side that we from. We'll claim that side for forever. That's where I'm from. We might not own not one piece of the place that we claim that we from, but I'm going to claim that set. That's where I'm going to be from. That's what side I'm from. That's what set. And if you disrespect it, I'm coming after you. And most of the time, it be another black man. But we take that so serious, but taking being black, we can't take that serious. But if we gang bang, I can take that serious. If I sell drugs, I can take that serious. If I'm in a fraternity, I can take that serious. But us just being black, I can't take that serious like that. And a lot of times that was killing our community because the titles and the image, I just look at it like this. Sometimes we look so small sometimes we looked at who we are as being so small that hood fame, that right there give us that little bit of notoriety, make us poke our chests out a little bit because we got some hood fame for being in the game. We got hood fame from banging. We got hood fame from selling drugs. We got that popularity based off that. Not for being a good father, not for taking care of your family, not for doing what you're supposed to do. But yeah, for going to jail, getting out of jail. You didn't snitch, you went and did your bid, you come back, and man, yeah, I got a lot of hood stories. I got a lot of hood fame. But you missed out time with your children. You missed out raising them. You missed out small moments of having different conversation with your child. Building time with your child. You missed out on all that. Why? Because I wanted the hood fame. We want that fame. We want for ourselves to make me feel better as a man. Now my child has missed out on me being there. Or I didn't do what I needed to do and I was out there and I lost my life. And I can't be there for my child. So now some child might end up getting molested or put in a worse situation. They get beat on where now they got other mental issues that they have to deal with as they grow up outside of not having you around. Now sometimes, some of those things, it's our time. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes certain stuff can be preventable. Or the time that you had, you could have been there. We got to make better decisions as black fathers. We got to make better decisions as black men. We got to make better decisions on how we teaching our children, how we raising our children, and how we do with our women as well. Am I saying we're supposed to be soft and no? Do I say we're supposed to step back and let women? No. We're supposed to lead. So it's not going to always be peaches and cream when you step up and you be the leader. They lie to you and say, "Oh, when you supposed to lead this way, you supposed to lead that way." A lot of time being a leader, a lot of time people don't like you at first when you start to be the leader because everybody want to do what they want to do and not get any repercussions off doing what they do. So when you come in and you start to bring in those repercussions about when they don't do what needs to be done, when this discipline needs to be put there, when there's things that you block them from doing, no, you're not gonna get liked. A lot of people want to be liked. It's not about being liked. It's about doing what you have to do as a man to make sure that your people are good. Make sure that your people are good. That's what it's about. Now listen. I know ain't none of us perfect, but we can't be present. And I know all of us, it's not gonna happen overnight. This have been years and years and layers on top of generation and generation that they have programmed not only the image, but start to program the people to not like each other, not look up to leadership, and not look at black men as being fathers and being a pillar to their community. So it's going to take us moving forward in order to change the narrative. And am I saying it's going to happen overnight? No. But we can start today. Continue to work, continue to build, continue to nurture, continue to make sure that the next generation know that black fathers are there. Black fathers will do, and black fathers are going to be there. That's what we need to push. All right. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Again, if you need to reach me, Real Man Talk Podcast, that's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Also, Stanley Nash Jr., Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. If y'all got any if y'all got any subjects that you want to talk about or you want to hear me talk about, let me know. If there's anyone you want to see come on the show, let me know and I'll try to get a hold to them. But until next week, peace.